everyone, good afternoon. You've tuned into Market Fatafat, the second edition, right here on ET Now. I'm Mubina Kapasi. This is a show where we flag off all the big movers and shakers in trade. But before we do that, here is the results update. Mahindra Logistics has managed to deliver a steady set of numbers despite certain headwinds. And hence, we decided to bring on board Pirojshaw Sarkari, the CEO of the company, to talk about the fourth quarter numbers. Mr. Sarkari, thank you for joining in on ET Now. Steady performance from you in the fourth quarter despite the soft spots in the economy. So take us through what are the key milestones you reached in the last year as well as in the fourth quarter.
So I think we should talk about the whole year now. We have completed one full year after our IPO. This is the first full 12 months. And despite of the economy as it is, the company has grown 400 crores on its top line. We have recorded a revenue of 3,860 crores, and we have also grown our PAT by 24 crores, recorded a PAT of 90 crores. Of course, this has a adjustment for the ESOP costs that we have. Otherwise, it would have been 86 crores. Looking at these results, one could say that the company has performed well for the year. We have also got a few landmarks during this year. The first one being that we have now got more than 1,000 crores in our non-Mahindra, non-automotive business. And this kind of reiterates that Mahindra Logistics is a generic 3PL company, not really inclined only towards automotive. Clearly giving an ROCE of more than 28% to our stakeholders. Our profit after tax has also shown a robust increase of 32% over last year. And therefore, I would say a good show.
Okay, tell us about the outlook for the revenue growth from the group business as well as from the non-auto, non-M&M stable. And also, what are the trends in warehousing, transportation and value-added services at your end?
Sure. Like I started by saying, my non-automotive, non-Mahindra has now reached more than 1,000 crores in the organization. We look at the consumer, pharma and e-commerce logistics to be our growth engines for the coming years. We have a good base in the auto and engineering segment, which will also continue to grow. But the focus is going to be on base in the auto and engineering segment, which will also continue to grow. But the focus is going to be on warehousing and value-added services. As you know, post-GST, there is a lot of interest and investment in warehousing in the country. In the last 1 year, we have grown our warehousing business by more than 30%. Our share of warehousing in our non-Mahindra business is now 26%, which is a healthy share, considering that the industry itself is 85% transportation and 15% warehousing. So we will also focus on warehousing and distribution as we move forward for the next year or two. The industry is stated to grow between 10 to 12%, and we'll definitely look at surpassing that growth.
To what extent has cost of logistics come down post the logistics policy?
So one has to understand that everything that is being put in place by way of policy or by way of action by the government is towards reducing the logistics costs in the country. As it is post-GST, we now see that the trucks are moving more kilometers per day than they were moving before GST. And when this happens, when the wheels of the trucks roll more in a defined period of time, of course the cost of logistics reduce. Also, warehouse consolidation brings in much larger warehouses, and again the cost of warehousing per ton or per piece reduces with larger warehouses coming in. And thirdly, technology. Technology is a big driver of optimizing costs, and we as a company have invested heavily in technology in the past couple of years and continue to do so. Visibility of the supply chain is now more of a hygiene. It is about how you bring about predictability for your customer, which is extremely important, and it is technology that will enable us to do so. So all put together, if the cost of logistics is gonna come down, then the benefits will be shared by both the logistics players as well as by the customers.
Okay, what are you looking at in terms of margin expansion? And we're staring at fuel prices going higher. So what are the levers you're looking at extracting?
So I've been stating this for the last 2 years, and I continue to state the same, that our endeavor is to expand our margins by 50 basis points year over year, and we will continue to do that for the next 12 months too.
Mr. Sarkari, your free cash flow has come in the positive, and ROC has registered at an impressive 28%. So what's your aspiration on these metrics and ratios?
Sure. So being an asset-light company, as you rightly said, one has to look at the company from two aspects. One is how much cash are we generating, where we are investing that cash, and what is the ROCE that the stakeholders are getting. And as you can see, this year the ROCE has been above 28%. This is the first year after 2 years that we have generated cash. We have generated more than 70 crores of cash, ending with a free cash flow of 39 crores as against negative cash flows in the previous months. This is only the beginning, I can tell you that, because moving forward, these two parameters will be the ones that we want to keep expanding and giving our stakeholders the returns that they deserve. Because I think the stakeholders have put their trust in Mahindra Logistics, and being an asset-light company, these are the two parameters that we closely monitor and continue to monitor.
All right. Mr. Sarkari, a lot of your major clients are from the auto sector, and most of them have flagged off weakness and, not very great near-term commentary. So have you scaled your expectations lower than at the start of the new fiscal?
So I think everybody is waiting for the first date, which is 24th of the month. Post that date, the sentiments should change, and basically from a logistics industry and specifically from an organized player in the industry, as you know, the industry is very, very large, stated to be around 6 to 7 trillion rupees spent, and the organized play is only 5% of that. So irrespective of how the economy does, the whole endeavor for players like us is to convert the unorganized into the organized, and that space will always remain large till you come up to a certain market share of the whole logistics industry. So that's the way I look at it, and that's the way I guide my colleagues to look at our space.
All right, Mr. Sarkari, we'll let you go on that note. Thank you for joining in then and explaining Mahindra Logistics Q4 and, of course, FY19 as well.